Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 114 of Franco's World. We have a very funny comic, my friend, Jesse Townsend. Jesse, what's up, guy?
Good to be here, man. On a rooftop. I've never recorded a podcast outside on a roof before. This is exciting.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to, so I was telling you about the rebrand that I want to do. And now that I'm here in the city, Franco's World in and of itself has been 113 episodes. I want to transition into the Concrete Cowboy show because we got all this concrete. I'm from a country area. What do you think of that name?
I like that name. I think it's dope.
Are you also just saying that because you're my friend?
No, I actually like the name too. If I didn't like it because you are my friend, I would tell you I hate it. But no, I actually like the name. And you said you were going to transition into just being like a therapy session for comedians.
Yeah.
And I love that idea because there's so much to unpack with every single comedian in this city.
Especially you. You have a lot of stuff. Just a lot of stuff, and we'll get to that stuff.
Much.
Where can the people follow you at, Jesse?
You can follow me at I'm Jesse Townsend on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can go to my website, jesse-townsend.com. And also, if you go to any of my social media, my merch is gonna be in my bio soon.
You got merch?
Yeah, I got merch coming out.
You got merch? Can you show me a mock-up?
Yeah,
you got a mock-up?
I do have a mock-up.
This is what it's all about.
You're gonna be one of the first people to see the merch.
That's what it's about. If you listen to Franco's World, you know we got merch.
Is dropping.
We got merch dropping.
Yup, right there.
Garbage. Oh, it's am I allowed to say what it looks like?
Yeah.
It's so like a garbage pail kid.
Yeah, so if you remember Garbage Pail Kids back in the day, the atom bomb, the satirical trading cards, I made mine Garbage Pail Kids PALE, so I don't get sued, and because I'm pasty and white.
Yeah, and you're trash.
And then I just have it as me as but as me as a Garbage Pail Kid type of character, on stage with a mic in hand, and then Joker clown face makeup on, and it says Jesse Clownsend instead of Jesse Townsend.
Dude, that's good.
And so I have that coming out very soon. And then also, if you don't like that design, I also have just my regular logo as well.
Now, the whole Garbage Pail Kid design, are you trying to branch off of that? Is this are you having somebody do this for you, or was this your design?
So I came up with the idea of Jesse Clownsend and a Garbage Pail Kid, and I had a buddy of mine actually make the design. You can follow him at CPAV Art on Instagram. CPAV Art. Yeah, I met him actually while I was living in Myrtle Beach.
We'll get to Myrtle. We'll get to
Dirty
Myrtle.
Get to the Dirty Myrtle. But yeah, so he actually made the design for me, and it came out dope.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Yeah, I was hoping that you fully wrote the design, drew it up and everything, because
I'm not that skilled when it comes to drawing it out. Yeah. I gave him a sketch of what I wanted, and then he made it what it is.
Yeah. Well, I was just hoping, because I'm selfish, and I was hoping that
it was all made.
Yeah, and then you could do one for me called Franklin Killer, and have a knife or something like that. Franklin Killer.
And I could match you up with the guy who did it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, But yeah, because the way I saw it was I wanted to have a cool design for my merch, because I've seen a lot of comedians selling merch and it'll just be their name.
Yeah.
And I'm that's boring.
Yeah.
If I was an audience member, I wouldn't wear just some dude's name.
Absolutely.
So I was at least let me make it a cool shirt as well as my merch.
Absolutely. I think that's a great idea.
I came up with that idea, and now they're about to go into production. So
I think that's a great idea. I'll definitely cop one. I'll buy one.
Yeah,
I love it,
for
man.
Sure.
That's such a cool idea. Are you going to get into pants? You think you have some Jesse Townsend pants or something?
I don't know if I'll do pants. Probably just t-shirts
towel.
and hoodies and stuff. Probably stuff like that.
Yeah. I'm with you though. I have the same idea. It's whenever I get to the point where I make merch, I definitely want to have something that's fashion forward, and something that somebody who's not even a comedy fan would be that's cool just by itself.
Yeah, the original idea was Andrew Schultz was the first comedian where I was oh, his merch is actually something I would wear.
Yeah.
He did a knockoff of the Anti-Social Social Club. He did Anti-Social Justice Warrior Club.
Oh, okay.
And so it was a knockoff, and I had a similar thought process. I was oh, if he can take something that's cool, make it his own.
Yeah.
I could take something that I think's cool and make it my own, and I just did it with Garbage Pail Kids.
That's so.
I feel the 90s and 80s nostalgia is very real. show right now.
It absolutely is, man. It absolutely is. 90s, 80s nostalgia. You a big Stranger Things fan at all?
I am. I love Stranger Things. I love like anything that's shooting right now and takes place in that time. I'm a sucker for it.
Absolutely, dude. I just watched like all 3 of those movies. It was like camp something. I don't know. It was like a slasher movie. It was like 1994, 1978. This came in like a series of 3 on Netflix. I forgot the name of it because I sound stupid. But let's transition into maybe 80s and 90s comics. I don't know who your comedic inspirations are. I'm very curious. You don't have to give me a top 5. I know that's tough.
Okay, so the guy who made me want to be a comedian to begin with is not even a stand-up.
Okay.
It's Chris Farley.
Oh, well.
Chris Farley's the greatest to ever do it. Like, he is the funniest man to ever live, in my opinion. Like, I watched Tommy Boy and I was just like, oh, that's what I want to do. I want to be like the fat guy that falls down and everyone laughs. But then I lost all the weight, so I guess I'm just like the skinny guy.
Were you a fat guy?
I used to be real fat. Like really fat, yeah.
Dude, your body type makes it look like you were like always.
Yeah, no, I lost over 100 pounds. I was at 300 pounds at one point. Yeah. I was the fat kid in high school.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is like, I feel like
it's wild,
because like, you know, we look similarly, I guess.
And it's like, cool because I lost all the weight before like 24, and I think that's like, or 24 or 25 is like the age where your body stops growing. So if I lost it like later on in life, I'd probably have like excess skin and everything, but like stuff just bounced back. I was like, what a perfect time to lose 100 pounds.
Yeah, it's like you gotta have a kid before you're 25. You'd be down bad news bears.
I realized something about losing that much weight too. You could easily tell who wants to fuck you after that. Yeah. Because they were like, they'd either phrase it, oh my gosh, you lost so much weight, like you got skinny. Or people would say, oh my god, you lost so much weight, you got hot. And I'd be like, all right, like it's a small subtle difference, but that subtle difference is like, whoa, all right.
You've been cleaning it up now that you're thin, I guess. You've been cleaning it up.
I think I've been cleaning up just ever since Pete Davidson started cleaning up, because me and him look.
You do.
We look a little bit alike, and
then you added to the character because you're like, also, I'm gonna go out of my way to dye my hair.
Okay, so I did not put 2 and 2 together when I dyed.
That's not true, bro.
No, that's dead serious.
Dog.
It's dead serious.
No.
I dyed the hair the day after my breakup because I was raised by a mom and an older sister, so I handle my emotions like a woman. I'm like, oh, I just got dumped. Let me change my hair. I'm just like a big old fucking woman, and
just a big old woman.
And it's so I just bleached my hair, and then I go to a comedy club that night, and they're like, Pete, and I'm like, son of a bitch, how did I not think of that?
Right.
I was like, how did that not process? But now I've been getting the Pete comparison a lot, and a lot of women like Pete Davidson, and you know what? I won't complain.
It seems to work for you, man. I like it. You're a funny guy. He's a funny guy. I can see it, man.
Yeah, it's
plus
cool.
He's a big part of your act.
So I do have one story. I have one story that I've been working on lately, and it's based on a true story. This happened while I was in Myrtle Beach.
Okay.
So this is based on a true story. I was out at a bar, and a girl came up to me, and she was like, "Hey, you look like Pete Davidson." And I was like, "Yeah, I get that a lot, actually." And then she was like, "I think Pete Davidson's hot." And I was like, "I think tonight just got interesting." I was like, this is great. Let's do this thing." And then she took out her phone, showed me her lock screen, and it was Pete Davidson shirtless.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, wow, this is too much. I was like, this is aggressive, you know? And it really was a lot. I was like a little bit scared. And then this part scared the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
She leaned into me. She whispered in my ear. She goes, hey, you can come home with me if I can call you Pete in the bedroom. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm not even like, I don't even know if I was more scared by the offer or her confidence.
Yeah.
Her confidence is frightening. I mean, even if you were into something like that, the balls on this woman to come up to me and just, someone she's never met and been like, hey, you look like Pete Davidson. I want to call you Pete Davidson during sex. Like, that is aggressive.
That's big. That's big.
So in the joke on stage, I just say that I went home with her and I go down like that path because it's the funnier path.
Absolutely.
But it did not happen. I was scared shitless. I was like, I think I'm going to go home now.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, absolutely the fuck not. This is not what's happening.
Meeting Pete Davidson fangirls. The thing about girls that are fans of comedy, I've noticed this on Hinge since I've been in New York. It's
Yeah.
like the girls that say they're like, I love John Mulaney. I can't get behind it.
Why not?
It's just like John Mulaney's fans and John Mulaney would not get along. Does that make sense?
True, because his jokes on stage are very meticulous, and
Yeah.
he's like, guys, have you ever seen Law and Order SVU? Ice-T is a gangster, and he always talks like a gangster. And then in real life, he's going through a crisis of cocaine and divorce, and all these innocent people are just like,
a lot of them are really young girls.
They're really young. They're like, I watch Law and Order too.
Yeah, they're like unhinged.
And then John Mulaney's like, let's do fucking Blow and Ruin a Marriage. I love John Mulaney right now. John Mulaney is in a great, John Mulaney just got out of rehab, and he's doing shows, and apparently he's talking about all of it on stage.
Oh, I need to see it.
I was like, this has to be the rawest hour of all time. Because every other hour, I don't think I can name, a very dark Mulaney bit.
No.
I don't know any dark bits. Now he's talking about his coke problems, his divorce. I was like, oh my god, this new hour special from John Mulaney is going to be fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
I always think about that. I always think about, if Clean Comics ever did, a blue hour of just, dirty material.
Yeah.
If Seinfeld did a dirty hour,
yeah,
that'd be fucking amazing.
Seinfeld's Dirty Hour would arguably his best stuff.
That would be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. If Seinfeld just came out on stage, he was like, what's the deal with school shootings? I'd be like, holy fuck, buckle up, fucking, this is going to be a roller coaster. That shit would be crazy. But instead, Seinfeld comes out, talks about cereal for an hour, and you're like, you know what? I still enjoyed it, but I really want to know what this fucker has to say about school shooting.
But do you think, so Dean, your roommate, Dean David, did my show.
Also a comedian, yeah.
Yeah, they know me. But the thing with Jerry, do you think there's a difference between Jerry Seinfeld, who we all know, and Jerome Seinfeld, who's him? You know? What do you think Jerome Seinfeld is like?
Jerome Seinfeld.
That's his real name.
That's his real name?
Right? That was my reaction too.
Jerome is his real name.
Yeah.
I thought Jerry was short for Gerald or something.
No.
Jerome. Wow.
Do you think Jerome is giving opinions on school shootings in his house?
I don't think so. I think Jerry is. I think we see him. I think Jerry is very much that guy.
Yeah.
I think he's made himself into that guy.
Oh, okay. So you're saying he method acted too long to where that's now...
that it's just who he is now.
Okay.
He is that guy now. I feel like he's just during sex, he's like, what's the deal with the clitoris? I feel like he can't not be that guy.
That is a joke in one of the episodes. He's like, Dolores! He says the lady's name or whatever.
Exactly. It's I feel like he can't jump out of the character anymore. I feel like that is who he is.
Yeah. I get that. So that's one of my big comedic inspirations because I work clean and
Seinfeld.
Yeah. Like you said, Chris Farley was a big one for you, man. I've watched that Best of Chris Farley SNL multiple times.
Yeah. My favorite one's Matt Foley, motivation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's. I actually I did that bit for
middle school talent show.
No, so in high school, for senior year, I took a bunch of classes that I could coast through.
Oh yeah.
So Drama 1, which is a freshman class, but as a senior, I was just fucking coasting. But I was always the class clown type. So I think my drama teacher realized this, so she played into it and just kind of had most of our units were like about comedy.
Oh,
and we would do
wow.
like sketches and stuff. Like, she was a great teacher. And so our final sketch thing, or our final class assignment was was sketch comedy.
Nice.
And we chose that, and I got like really into character for it, and I was like doing the whole.
This was when you were fat.
This was back when I was still fat, so it was
So
like
you
very on
really-
brand, very on brand. The fucking playing Matt Foley.
Did you think you growing up fat forced you to be funnier?
Here's my thing. I think when you're fat growing up, I think you can I think when you're fat growing up, you get bullied into being a better person. You get bullied into having... Yeah, bullying works.
works.
I think we need to bring back bullying.
I'm with
like,
that.
Here's my thing. Like, when you are fat and, how do I put this? Lightly, unfuckable in high school, you become funny very quickly. You need some sort of redeeming quality.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, since I lost all the weight, everyone told me, and I think this might be my favorite compliment I've ever received. They're like, you're so, like, great because you're, like, skinny, but you still have fat boy energy.
Fat boy energy, wow.
And I was like,
put that on,
you know what? I was
shirts,
like, yeah,
man.
fat boy energy. I'll take that. That's better than big dick energy.
Yeah.
You know what? Because you can have a big dick and you could be an asshole.
Right.
Actually, you probably are an asshole if you have a big dick. If I had a big dick, I'd be like, whatever, I still have a big dick. Who fucking cares, you know? I'd be fucking rolling around just as an asshole.
Yeah.
But because I used to be fat and I don't have a huge dick, any ladies interested in that ringing endorsement.
I wanted to keep it straight.
That ringing endorsement of me.
I wanted to keep it straight, but then you paused because you're like, you're like.
Yeah, I even realized.
Wait.
Yeah, I was like, this is not a great spotlight.
It was
on
when
me.
you paused. When you paused, I was like, oh, he's stuck.
Yeah, it's. But no, I have like.
But being fat,
being fat and mediocre dick size will really make you have a good personality because you need to have something to offer to these people.
If you were just a fat kid in high school who wasn't funny, you would just be in the friend zone with every girl. Like, every girl would love to be your friend, but like...
Oh, I was still friend zoned.
Oh, okay.
By every girl in high school.
I didn't know if it helped or not.
Yeah, no, it didn't help in the lady department at all. But I feel like if you're fat and not funny, you don't even make it to the friend zone.
Right.
You're just the fat guy in the corner. Now, that sucks. You don't want to be the fat guy in the corner.
No, you don't.
It's a terrible thing. Like, that's why I'm on board with fat shaming, though. Like, I think as a former 300-pounder, I'm allowed to fat shame.
Yeah. You live that life.
I live that life. Like, I think I've earned the fat shaming card, you know? And also, I think it fucking works.
My experience
like,
with
the
bullying,
amount of times I've been called fat is probably what led me to get skinny.
Absolutely. My experience with bullying, when I was early in high school, you know, you're still trying to find yourself, figure out who you are, and I was like, I'm gonna like be into fashion, and I'm gonna wear like a pink shirt with like baby blue shorts, and it's like people were calling me the F word, and it wasn't fat. And I was like, and so I was like, you know what? You start wearing regular people clothes. How about that?
Yeah.
Bullying worked for me there.
Bullying works. Yeah. I don't know. I want to see fashionable Franco again. I want to see.
Well, I've changed my look now a little bit. So it's like I still have like my clothes that like, you know, I still have boots and I still wear some like denim, but like I'm getting more into streetwear.
Yeah, streetwear.
The Japanese stuff, but not like the thing with fashion and me. It's like you see the clothes on the runway and you're like, who would wear them? That's not a wearable thing. Yeah, you know, I'm not into avant-garde type of stuff. I really like wearable clothes, and this is the basic fit I have on now. You know, but it's a good fit. You have a nice fit on too. The shoes, you guys can't see the shoes. The shoes make the fit for Jesse.
The shoes.
Put them up there. Yeah, the camera just got knocked out of place. It's all good. I'm just kidding.
All right.
No, I actually love those shoes, man, and I need to get into sneakers more. I'm just gonna buy reps. I'm gonna buy fakes.
I'm very into sneakers.
I'm gonna buy fakes, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy fakes.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Honestly, it's not worth it to buy like the most like expensive hype beastie shoes. Like these ones, there's more expensive like colors of it, and I was like, nah, I just want the cheap ones that I can actually afford to get, and
they look good.
Yeah, I love these ones. I'm really big into sneakers. I think it revolves around my love for basketball is how it started. Okay. Because you know, like Jordan's
Sneaker
wearing
culture,
the shoes,
absolutely.
LeBron's wearing the shoes, and then like just like all of those. I think that's where the love started, was like through basketball players. Because I was like, I feel like I always wanted to like. I always had a connection with basketball because I'm 6'5".
Right. No, you're not.
I am.
You're 6'6".
6'6". I round down.
We had this.
I round down.
Who rounds down?
I round down.
We did this the other day because we were standing outside of a venue, and I go, "Yeah, I'm 6'3" with these shoes on," and you go, "I think you're 6 foot," and I go, "I have been measured by doctors, Jesse. I am not 6 feet tall. And I go, how tall you go? You go, I'm 6'5" and 3/4 or whatever. I'm like 6'6" with shoes on.
Yeah.
And you round down.
I round down, yeah.
What is that?
I don't know. I feel like 6'6" is too tall. I feel like 6'5" is even a bit too tall.
No, it's not.
Here's the deal.
6'7" is too tall.
Here's the deal with being this tall. Okay?
Here's the deal with being tall.
Here's the deal. No, but being this tall, like, kind of sucks. Like, every girl's like, oh, I want a tall guy. No, you want a guy who's 3 inches taller than you because you'll be at eye level when you wear heels. That's all you want. You don't want someone 6'5".
Yeah.
You just don't realize it until you are actually dating that person. Because all of a sudden, I have to crouch down to your level to make out.
Oh yeah.
So I look like Quasimodo fucking trying to make out with you. That's not hot.
Yeah.
I was like, no one actually wants a 6'5" person to date. No girl wants that. The same way everyone's like, oh, fucking, we want a funny guy. Yeah, you want a funny guy. You don't want the comedian. Though. That's not who you want.
No, absolutely.
Because we end up talking about you on stage, and you're gonna get hurt feelings over it, even though it's all just jokes.
Yeah. I went to a Mets game with a girl yesterday, and she was 5'3".
Mm-hmm.
I'm 6'3".
It's a whole foot, yep.
A whole foot difference. What do you think about that?
That's just 4 of my penises difference. No, I think a foot is the biggest difference you can survive.
Yeah, a foot.
I think a foot is the biggest difference you can survive. Anything more than that is ridiculous. I'm 6'5". The shortest girl I ever dated was 5'1", and it was not okay.
Yeah.
I was like, this is ridiculous. I feel like I'm talking to a child. It was like, all right, I'll drop you off at daycare after. I was like, what the fuck is this? It doesn't compute well.
We got to get back to basketball. I'm tired of talking about the kid stuff. Let's talk about basketball.
Let's talk about basketball a little bit.
Is that like your main sport that you're into?
My main sport is probably football.
And more specifically, the Eagles.
The Philadelphia Eagles. Oh my God, I am a diehard Eagles fan. So I grew up in Baltimore, but my whole family's from Philly. Yeah. And it was pretty much you're an Eagles fan or you're not a Townsend. It was like if you're in the family, you're an Eagles fan.
Townsend is
which is such
an Irish?
Yeah, I'm Irish.
Yeah. So they really beat it.
Yeah, and so it was like, they really made sure I was an Eagles fan, and it sucks because I grew up in Baltimore, so all my friends got 2 championships before I even got 1.
Right.
And my team has been around 50 years longer.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, it sucks to be an Eagles fan. But then we finally got that Super Bowl, and boy, was that
that Super Bowl was awesome.
That was one of the highlights of my life. That shit was amazing.
So cool.
Oh my God, it was phenomenal. I was watching it on the couch with my dad. We FaceTimed my grandparents. It was like, when you've been that shitty at sports for so long, it is an event in your life when that happens.
Yes.
It was a big deal when we won. We FaceTimed the grandparents. Everyone's going crazy. We're fucking... That's what I think people don't realize when they just read those headlines of Philly burning down their city after we won the Super Bowl. We were like, we never expected to ever win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So when that finally did happen, we were like, I guess we don't need the city anymore. We're like, mission accomplished. Let's burn it down.
Yeah,
let's celebrate.
You put up a statue of a person who didn't even live there. You got the Rocky statue. That's all fictitious.
That's my favorite thing ever.
That they build
before the Super Bowl win, our sports hero was Rocky Balboa, a fictional character. That is how bad Philadelphia is at sports. That our sports hero is a made-up dude.
Yeah.
Made-up guy. Rocky Balboa is our guy. Also, even better than that, Rocky Balboa loses to Apollo Creed in the original Rocky movie.
He does.
Because in their minds, when they were writing it, they were like, oh, well, he's a Philly sports hero. He's got to lose. We're making a sports movie, not a sci-fi. If Philly wins, it's not realistic.
Rocky 4, he beats Drago, and it's arguably the best Rocky. People are like, oh,
I don't think that's the best Rocky.
I think it's the best Rocky.
The best Rocky's clearly number 3. You got Mr. T in it.
That's not the one where he fights Hulk Hogan, right? Is that 2? Is Hulk Hogan 2?
I don't remember.
You know what? This guy, Philly fan. All right. Sounds good.
There's too many Rockies. I'll say that much.
But no, I'm telling you, bro. Rocky 4 is the best one. He beats Ivan Drago. The music is great in it. training, and it's like a big metaphor because that was like height of the Cold War, USA, Russia, you know, and then they have this, who's like, I can change, you can change, we can all change. Did you see him in that new superhero movie, Sylvester Stallone?
Sylvester Stallone plays a superhero?
Yeah, he's in the new Suicide Squad.
Get the fuck out of here. Sylvester Stallone's in the Suicide Squad? Oh my god.
Yeah, he plays a shark. Like, it's like a humanoid shark. And he, like, essentially, like, he's like nitty. Like, he can't, like, say words. So he's like, I eat this, I eat, oh yeah. Like, he can't talk.
So he's just Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, he's Sylvester Stallone. They're like, hey, Sylvester, just go in there. And it's like,
be like, yourself.
Yeah, they handed him a menu for like a restaurant, like down the street, and he's like, I eat this. And it's like, they're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
That works.
Check it out, man. Check it out. All right, so let's get back to the comedy real quick. Do you have any, like, comics from Philly that you admire? Like, Kevin Hart's a big guy. Big J. Okerson's a Philly guy. Who else is a Philly guy?
So, as far as that goes, I only ever started comedy in New York.
Okay.
I've never... I don't really look up to anyone just because of like where they're from. I think if I started in the Baltimore scene or if I started in the Philly scene, maybe I would have looked up to those guys that came out of those scenes.
Right.
Like, I feel like anybody who came up from the Boston scene, like, their god is Bill Burr.
Absolutely.
Like, I feel like a lot of people are very, like, they look up to who is, like, the GOAT from their scene.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have a true connection to any of those guys just because I did come up through New York. And it was wild because, like, I moved here with the intent of doing stand-up comedy without ever trying an open mic.
Wow.
Like, I dropped out of college and moved up here without ever going on stage. I just knew that I wanted it.
Wow.
And it was...
Well, let's talk about that. Like, what made you finally make that jump?
Oddly enough, I'm in college for about 2 weeks before I drop out.
So you go to Welcome Week with the best parties.
I go to Welcome Week. I
biggest
syllabus.
Parties, no class, and then you're like, I'm out.
Yeah, so I get my first writing prompt from my writing professor, and the writing prompt is, if money was no object, what would you do? And I talked about how I would pursue stand-up comedy, and she came to me afterwards and she goes, hey, you're the only person that wrote about still work. She's like, everyone else talked about being on the beach every day, traveling the world with friends and family. You still chose to work. I had never seen comedy as a job.
Yeah.
It always was a dream. It always was like never a realistic, like achievable thing. And so once I saw it as a job, I was like, all right, I can drop out right now, move to New York, and chase the job I really fucking want.
Yeah.
Or I can go into crazy amounts of debt to go get this shit marketing job. Like, it was pointless for me. I was like, I'm not going into debt for a job I don't even want. I was like, I was like, the way I saw it was like, I'd be crazy to stay in college, even though most of the world saw me dropping out of college and moving to New York for comedy after never even trying it. They saw that as the crazier option.
The fact that you've never done it before is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was a very crazy time for me.
Yeah, man.
And like looking back on it, I wouldn't change a single thing of it.
Well, look where you are now, man. It's like, it's so cool because, like, you know, I saw you a few months ago at Joey Bats, and I was like, who is this guy? He did really well. And then, like, I just randomly, like, meet you in, like, my first weekend here, and you were just, like, the same dude off stage as you were on stage, and, like, you're the same around all your friends. I love that, man.
Yeah, I try to be as authentic as possible on stage. Like, most of my like material on stage is like all just true stuff that goes on through my life, and then I don't really turn it off. There's no on-off switch with me. I just hop on stage and it's just still me.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's one thing I've been definitely working towards. Everybody, when they first start out, does impressions of comics they admire. And I've already went through that stage. And everybody, when they're, you know, early on, is like doing impressions of what they think being a comedian is.
Yeah.
And now I'm at the point where I've stopped doing impressions of what I think comedians should be, and I'm trying to start being like a real person. It's not even necessarily writing relatable material for the audience. It's writing relatable material for yourself that gets them on board with you, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think the hardest part about comedy, and not even just comedy, but just like growing into being your own person, is like finding your voice.
Yeah, as cliche as that sounds.
Like it's really just like about finding your voice, and I think it's a lot more the main focus when your voice is how you are trying to get paid. Like when you're a comedian, your voice, like, you need to find it quicker than everyone else.
Yeah.
Like we're both very young, and I think a lot of people don't find their voice until they've gone through their whole 20s and like experienced like a lot of being, like a decade worth of being on their 24? Own. I'm 23.
Okay.
And so I think a lot of people don't really get their voice and their sense of direction until like 30. And I started comedy at 18 trying to find my voice so I could go share my voice with rooms full of strangers every night. And like I think it matures you a lot quicker. I think it definitely matures you a lot quicker, because you're like, how do I, like, you really like have to look into yourself and then be like, all right, what part of this is worth sharing?
Yeah. It definitely changes the way you view the world yourself, because like
definitely
something bad may happen and you're like, what can I do to dance around and toe the line to make it funny?
So that's the thing with me growing up. I was always like that. My go-to was always, hey, this is a shitty situation, let me crack a joke because I can't handle it.
Absolutely.
So
like, I was at my grandpa's funeral, like, killing the audience. Yeah.
I was like, when my parents got divorced, I was like fucking just like trying to crack jokes with my sister or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like no matter what, I've always tried to like when I told my mom that I was dropping out of college, moving to New York City, doing all this stuff, I actually got kicked out of the house by my mom on Thanksgiving, and I was like, it was crazy to me, and I remember that day. I went, I called up my sister, who was still eating dinner, so I was walking. Because here's the thing about Thanksgiving: all of your friends and family are at the dinner, so when you get kicked out there, you have no one to give you a ride. Right. So it's like the worst day to get kicked out. So I called up my sister, and I was like, man, fuck mom, like, she doesn't get it, blah blah blah. And I was like, how dare her like kick me out of my house, like, on Thanksgiving? Like, who does she think she is? Right. The Pilgrims? Like, what a fucking... And I was just like, no matter what, like, the shittiest situations, I always like just try to diffuse them with a joke. Like, even like we'll slowly move on to like Myrtle Beach and everything, but like when I was down there, because comedy wasn't happening as much as it was here for me, like, I got into a weird place where I was drinking way more than I probably should have been.
Right.
Especially because the government was bankrolling it. They were like, here's $600 a week.
Yeah,
and I was like, all right, I'm going to go get shit-faced hammered again tonight.
Absolutely.
And so I was drinking like a lot. And one night I drank too much, and I dislocated my knee air guitaring. And don't worry, it gets whiter. I dislocated my knee air guitaring to Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. And I go down, I hit the floor, and one of the people I showed up at the bar with was like, oh, don't worry, my boyfriend's the bartender, and he has EMS training. He'll fix this for you. He's had knee problems. He comes over, he goes, holy shit, dude, what happened? And I was like, I don't know, I guess I stopped believing. I was like, fuck.
Good.
And he starts fucking laughing. My knee's 4 inches to the left of where it should be. It's fucking, and he pops it back in, and which is one of the most gangster things to ever happen, like in a bar, just the bartender popping a knee back in.
That is pretty cool.
On the dance floor, just like casually. The band didn't stop playing either. It was a fucking wild night. Like, Myrtle Beach, one of the craziest places I've ever lived in my life.
Myrtle Beach, for everybody in like my home state of West Virginia, as far as they're concerned, anywhere south of West Virginia is Myrtle Beach. That is like the only place they go. They're like, oh, we're going on vacation where? Myrtle. Dirty Myrtle.
I love that the people of Myrtle call it dirty murder.
Dirty Myrtle.
Like, you know you're gonna have a good time if the people there are so trashy. They're like, yeah, we're dirt. We're Dirty Myrtle. Fucking welcome to Dirty Myrtle. Let's get fucking shit.
Myrtle Beach.
I'm like,
Myrtle
hell
Beach,
yeah, let's
Myrtle
do this
Beach.
thing. Dude, I had such a good time down there. It was wild. I definitely drank way more than I should have down there, but
that's just
I
Myrtle.
did have a
That's
good time.
Myrtle culture.
That's Myrtle culture.
You weren't
yes.
drinking too much. You were drinking on par.
You were drinking on par with the other Myrtle Beach residents.
Yes.
But here's the problem. Everyone in Myrtle Beach is an alcoholic.
Also true.
But it's just like undiagnosed because they're like, we're fucking Myrtle, baby. We're not alcoholics. We just live in dirty Myrtle.
Can you
You're
get
like,
on those like scooter rental things and not get a DUI?
I don't know.
Did you ever ride one of those though?
No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
The electric scooters?
They're
right?
just, it's all like high school kids on spring break
yeah.
just zipping around the city.
Yeah, no, I don't know. They don't have those in Myrtle Beach, though. They don't.
I swear that was at Myrtle Beach. Like the moped looking things.
I feel like I didn't see many of them in Myrtle Beach. I don't know.
You were down there during the pandemic?
I was, but they pretended like it never happened.
Oh, okay.
Like the mask mandate stopped at Halloween.
Yeah.
Like it was over in October. They were like, like the vaccine's rolling out in like 6 months anyways. You'll be fine. I was like, what the fuck? That math doesn't add up. Everyone in South Carolina does not believe in COVID.
Yeah.
Like it was wild.
And also, most people in West Virginia also
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. It was like, I knew it was a fucked up place because people believed in my comedy career more than they believed in the vaccine. I was like, you guys have your priorities in the wrong one.
Yeah.
I was like, but
Did my roommate in years past, he played for the Pelicans. Were they playing whenever you were down there, like the baseball team, the Myrtle Beach Pelicans?
oh, the Myrtle Beach Pelicans, yeah. So I did not go to a game,
I feel like you,
but I should have.
You would have went there. You would have had like dollar beers that come in like a fake baseball bat.
Yes.
You would have just all day.
Oh my god, I wanted to get hammered there so badly. I never went to a game. That's my one regret about living there. Also, second regret, probably dislocated my knee.
And third is living there.
Yeah, third living there. Yeah, so it was a weird time for me. I had so much, just so many fucking wild stories there. That Pete Davidson thing happened down there at the bar.
I can't believe there's a Pete fan in Myrtle Beach.
Oh my god, they're everywhere. They're everywhere.
They're in the crevices and the gutters
they're
and the
literally
nooks
everywhere.
and crannies.
Pete Davidson has a cult following of just women, and it's bizarre to me.
What type of woman is it though?
It's not one specific type. Like that's the weird thing. Like I thought it would be like a niche group. It's not though.
Like Mulaney fans are a niche group.
Like I'm not too big on TikTok. I haven't posted a clip in a while on TikTok.
Yeah.
But when I first started it, I would post a joke and it'd be like a couple hundred views. I'd post a Pete Davidson just like throwaway joke, instantly 5,000 views. The people are obsessed with this guy, and because I look like him, people are just. I have the weirdest interactions with people. I have like interactions that no normal person should ever have to go through. Like I literally heard someone yell across the street, Ariana Grande's out of your league. And then I just yelled back, I'm not that guy. To which he responded, I know. I was like, so you just called me an ugly, you just called Pete Davidson ugly, and then you're like, also, you're not him.
So you're even uglier.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck kind of conversation did... Also, this happened on a New York street, so we yelled across the street at each other.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck is my life? Like, what is this? Honestly, the Pete Davidson thing is just so bizarre to me, because it's like, it's so much. There's so many weird interactions I go through with it. And it just always... It always surprises me for some reason, even though I should be used to it by now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I'm trying to think, like, because I was on TikTok for a while too, and people in the comments on TikTok, like on every TikTok, it does not matter what the subject of it is or who it is.
Yeah.
People just love to speculate who that person looks like on it.
Yeah.
So it's like me, like...
Who do you get as your...
I had... gosh, who did I have? There's this one like YouTube kid named like Baleen Levine. He's like a YouTube kid. They said I look like him. Somebody said young Jeff Goldblum. Anybody who's tan and has round glasses, they say they look like Goldblum. I honestly don't know. I had a really nice haircut at one point in time. They said I looked like the guy from the show You.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know who I look like. I don't know who I look like.
Yeah, I don't know. I know I look like Pete Davidson, and it sucks.
Oh, Adam Driver. I get Adam Driver.
I actually see that one. Yeah,
Adam Driver.
Okay, Kylo Ren over here. I see it. Yeah.
You a big Star Wars guy?
I am a big Star Wars guy. Big Star Wars nerd.
I like to watch them like once a year around Christmas time when they're all on TV.
Yeah.
I like to go through them all. What'd you think of the new trilogy?
I didn't like the new trilogy, but I like Mandalorian a lot.
Yeah. Mandalorian's cool.
Honestly, I really don't like the new trilogy or like even the prequels.
Like there was so much
the original 3 movies and then the Mandalorian is like kind of like the only shit I really fuck with that hard.
I just feel like with the new trilogy, they could have like.
Well, they fucked up. They fucked up by having like zero continuity. They're like J.J. Abrams is doing it, and then they're like, no, second movie, let's do Rian Johnson. So it's a whole new story. And then they're like, third movie, let's go back to Abrams. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
You can't write fucking 3 stories and have the beginning and end written by the same dude, but the whole middle of it is just some other dude. Like, it's
there was so much.
It was so set up to fail that like it was.
There was so much left on the table with like Rey. I felt like they could have done more with her and Finn. Like Finn's character, I thought like his whole story was like, all right, he was like an
ex-stormtrooper. I thought that was a badass storyline, and then I feel like so many badass storylines were there that J.J. Abrams set up, and then Rian Johnson came in and was like, nah.
What do you think about Rey being a Palpatine though? Do you think that was a good twist?
I think that was a solid twist. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
It was just I don't know. I was just not a huge fan of it. I think they fucked up by just not letting J.J. Abrams do the whole like 3 movie. I don't know why that wouldn't happen, or if it wasn't gonna be J.J. Abrams, let Rian Johnson do the whole 3.
Yeah.
Like I think they're both good filmmakers. I think if you let one person do the whole trilogy, like I love the Batman trilogy by Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
I think if that fucking second movie was written by some other guy, probably it would suck. I'm not gonna lie, it would probably suck.
Wes Anderson, Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, you'd be like, what the fuck
is this?
Yeah.
There's like foxes running around and stuff.
I would actually love a Wes Anderson.
A Wes Anderson Batman?
That would be dope. That would actually be
and all black Adidas tracksuit.
Yes.
I like it. No.
Adam Sandler as Batman?
That might work.
That could work.
Adam Sandler as like an actual actor is good. Like people don't give him enough respect for like his acting ability. Yeah, he has fun, but like he's having fun. Like Uncut Gems is great.
Uncut Gems was good. Some people would say it's the greatest movie of all time, but those people would be wrong.
It's true. It's true. Me as like a guy who used to be a gambling addict, I love that movie.
Oh my god, I am still a gambling addict. I
really?
am like,
we talked
I'm
about
the worst. I'm the worst. So I'll win a bunch of money, and then I'll just like. Here's my thing. I do the online sports gambling.
Right.
And so my winnings don't go into my account. They stay on the app.
Right.
You got to transfer them over. And I'm the worst with that because whenever I win, I just go, let it ride, baby. Fucking dude. I had McGregor beating Poirier beating McGregor in the first round.
Yeah.
And it happened.
That's big.
It was a bit of a long shot bet, and I had like $280 on my betting account. And I was like, fucking England versus Italy tomorrow. Let's do this thing. Fucking England, baby. And Italy took it, and I was like, fuck. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm afraid of heights. So the putting a lot of money on one bet is my equivalent of skydiving. When England versus Italy went to penalty kicks, I was like, oh, this is me jumping out of a plane. I'm fucking sitting by the TV, like I can win $1,000 right here. And I'm fucking sitting by the TV just like watching. I'm like, holy shit. And then we lost, and I was like, fuck. But it was like
missed 3 penalties.
Yeah, 3 of them, man. That was brutal. You watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. I actually won money on the game, unlike you.
You took Italy?
Yeah.
Fucking shit texted you. I took England.
And
man.
I also had
fucking bum.
So my new betting strategy, I can't reveal it because I don't want everybody to have it, but like you can't lose essentially. So you're cheating the system essentially. And I had a tie. I had first half over goals, nailed that.
Yeah.
Had a tie for the whole game, nailed that. And then I had Italy outright, no matter what, at the end of the game, nailed that. So I went 3 for 3 on that one. I'll tell you the strategy off air. Off air.
See, my thing is I'll do a bunch of low dollar amount bets on big odds.
Yeah.
So once a year, I always do this, and I think every football fan should do this bet.
Yeah.
8-way parlay on division winners. Just do it. It's put $10 on it. The payout's going to be $900 if you win. And when you think about it, you're like, oh, I can pick all 8. I've gotten very close. I've picked 7 out of 8 before, and I've picked most years. I'm 6 for 8, 7 for 8. I feel like I'm bound to hit on it eventually, and I only bet $20 a year on it, and it's pick all 8. If you go 8 for 8 on division winners, it pays out. The odds are usually ridiculous.
What if though? Because it does sound like you're good at that. What if though you just subtracted a one that maybe you weren't sure about, and you just nailed a 6-teamer?
Yeah, I mean you can do that if you want. I like living on the edge, man. I love these long parlays. I had one parlay that went fucking crazy.
Yeah.
On what was it? I bet on DeAndre Ayton during the Suns playoff run.
Yeah.
I had one bet. The over/under on his rebounds. Always hammer the over with that guy. He was doing 14
He was
plus
killing
rebounds
me in the finals, though. I had him in the finals for rebounds. He was killing me.
He was not that great in the
No, he wasn't.
He did not show up. And that's why the Bucks are champs.
Yeah.
If he showed up, it could have been a different story. But but yeah, I was taking I forget what series it was. But I took the over on rebounds, the over on points, and the under on assists, and it hit all 3. I was like, fuck yes. I was like, holy shit. I remember that was a huge pay. I love doing parlays on just that type of thing. I really think the easiest one is the 8-team parlay though.
Yeah.
Every year, man. I'm picking my division winners now, and I think I might actually follow your advice here because the NFC East seems too hard to pick. Also, I'm an Eagles fan, so I'm biased, and I want to pick the Eagles even though I'm pretty sure they won't take the NFC East.
Yeah.
But it is a garbage division, so you never know. It could be.
I'll never believe in the Cowboys. I will never believe in the Cowboys. Until they actually do it, I will never believe in the Cowboys. They could win that division every year, but they're not going to do anything in the playoffs. I just have no faith in that franchise.
Yeah, no, it's because the Cowboys are a garbage franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be a bit biased because I'm an Eagles fan,
right.
and we play them twice a year, and it's our biggest rivalry. But the Cowboys are the
You think Eagles Cowboys is a bigger rivalry than Eagles Giants?
Yes.
Wow.
I think New York wants to have a rivalry so bad with us. And I just think Dallas versus Philly has always been, at least to me, it just seems more, it seems like there's more blood between
I'll
them.
get the roommate in. I'll get Pat in here. He's a Giants
You
fan.
can bring him out here.
You and him can battle it out.
You can bring him out here, but I will say, between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cowboys, there was a kicker that switched teams between those two teams.
Dan Bailey.
No. This is way back.
I'm guessing.
This is way back, but they switched between teams.
Yeah.
And there was a bounty placed on a kicker's head. They wanted to injure a kicker, the man you are not allowed to touch during football.
Who put the bounty on him?
I can't remember
Philly or Dallas.
I can't remember which way it went, but I'm assuming because it's scummy, probably Dallas put the bounty on it. I could be completely wrong. I mean, Philly's kind of tough.
I drove Lyft in Philly for a year.
Yeah? How was that?
Interesting experience.
You ever do it on a Sunday after an Eagles game?
No. I lived in Allentown, and so I only went to
Allentown.
Yeah.
Love me some Allentown. I performed in Allentown. Oh my
Where?
God. Not technically Allentown, right outside Emmaus, PA.
Emmaus, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
I've been
performed
there.
at the House and Barn. Love that place. Did a couple shows there.
Yeah.
One during the pandemic, one since then.
I want to try to get one in Bethlehem. Bethlehem was really cool.
Yeah, was there any good venues out there?
Yeah, they had one art center. They said they bring comedy in there.
Yeah,
so once I work on my skills a little bit.
Yeah, let's fucking go to Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. Who sings about Bethlehem?
I don't know.
Billy Joel
sings about Allentown.
But he says Bethlehem in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shutting all the factories down.
Yeah, that's right.
I love me some Billy Joel.
Really?
Oh, I'm such a diehard Billy Joel fan. I'm a Billy Joel fan. I like both of them. But if I had to choose, I think I'd go Billy Joel, honestly. I think I lean Billy Joel.
All these weeks we've been talking about how big of Springsteen fans you and I are, and now
now I'm dropping the bomb on you that I'm a bigger Billy Joel guy. I'm a much bigger Billy Joel guy because here's the deal. Billy Joel has been my most listened to artist the past 3 years in a row. Because Billy Joel is my shower music.
Oh, okay.
Dude, he's got nothing but sing-alongs. I put on the Billy Joel Essentials playlist on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Hit shuffle. I just fucking go at it, singing along in the shower every damn day.
Yeah.
Dude, he never hits. It's nothing but sing-alongs. Bruce Springsteen, great musician. Not all of his songs are singing.
I'll give you that.
Also, it's a very much different vibe with Bruce Springsteen, whereas I feel like even Billy Joel's like sad songs are still like an upbeat kind of like happy vibe.
Yeah.
When Springsteen goes sad, he goes fucking sad. Full sad. Fucking Nebraska.
Yeah.
If I heard that in the shower, I'm crying in the shower.
Yeah.
You don't want to cry naked. That's not a place you want to be.
Yeah. I'm curling up during that.
I do love Springsteen though. I love Springsteen because Springsteen is like, he's an old man now, but he's still very much like the misunderstood teenager. He's like, his anthem is like Born in the USA, and he's like, man, fuck this country. And everyone was like, yeah, we love this country too, Bruce. And he's like, that's not it.
Yeah.
He's like, you guys don't get me.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that Bruce Springsteen is a grizzled old man that's just like, you don't get me. I was like, I fucking love it.
Who's gonna have to tell all the Republican dads in South Jersey and Philly that Bruce Springsteen's a massive Democrat? Who's gonna have to break that news to them?
That's wild. When they were like, I loved that because it's just so funny when people were like, he performed at like the Democrat like National Committee, the DNC, yeah. And then like the Republicans were like, we have Ralph Macchio, and I was like, what? I was like, dude, you can't compete. It's like you're like trying to compete with like Coachella versus like a TED Talk. Yeah, Firefest. Yeah, that's a better one.
Yeah. But him and John Cougar Mellencamp. You know John Mellencamp?
He's a Democrat?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I love John Mellencamp so much.
He came out.
Jack and Diane, right?
Yeah. Pink Houses is like a big metaphor about like social hierarchy projects and stuff like that. But the Iraq War was going on or whatever, and Mellencamp was like, we gotta bring the boys home. I don't know why we're over there fighting, messing with people that don't need to be messed with, and like the whole crowd was like, boo!
That's crazy.
Oh yeah, man.
That's wild. I'm such a big John Mellencamp fan because he talks like no other person ever talks.
Yeah.
He's like, little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Dude, he smokes like.
I was like, what is a ditty? I was like, the only ditty I've ever heard of is P. Diddy. I was like, a little ditty?
That's good.
I was like, I don't know. That man talks like no one I've ever heard talk, but he's the greatest.
Love John Cougar Mellencamp.
Love him.
Love Springsteen. Who else do you like to listen to?
Oh, my playlist is all over the place. Like, I listen to pretty much everything. I'm a big Green Day fan.
Gross.
I'm a big Sam Cooke fan.
Sam Cooke? Don't know
Cooke.
much about history, don't know much. That guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sam Cooke. I love that. Big fan of.
This mic is going to pick up.
This mic is going to pick up all these sirens.
Don't worry about it.
They're arresting me for saying Sam Cooke and Green Day back to back. They're like, this man has the worst taste.
Yeah. Mine's like Grateful Dead, John Mayer, Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
It's all very
Mine is very all over the place.
I have three Johns in my life. John Fogerty from Creedence Clearwater Revival.
Yeah.
John Cougar Mellencamp and John Mayer. Those are my three Johns.
Dude, so I actually have a playlist that I call Music White Dads Listen to at Barbecues.
Yeah.
And it's nothing but bangers from like the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Plug that on Spotify. You guys can find that on Spotify.
It's on Apple Music.
Never mind. Redacted.
Redacted. But on Apple Music, it's a lot of Hall & Oates.
Ooh.
A lot of Hall & Oates.
Ooh, love Hall & Oates.
Some Elton John in there. Some Queen. And then you get the random it's a lot of one-hit wonders too. Like Rick Ashley's gonna be on there.
Gotta have Rick Ashley.
You gotta have those one-hit wonders because nothing hits harder at like a white dad barbecue than like a good one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Like everything just on there.
Do you have a little Whitney Houston on there?
No, not on that playlist, but I do love Whitney.
White dads get pumped up to I Want to Dance with Somebody.
I should add that to. I was just thinking about that. I was like, what Whitney song would go in there? And I was like, actually, I want to dance with somebody. Yeah,
plenty of white dads.
Yeah,
in jean shorts.
Pretty much the criteria for this playlist is like, it doesn't go on the playlist unless you could kind of like two-step to it while holding a Bud Light.
Yeah.
Like, if you can't do that, it's not on the playlist.
Do you have Scenes from an Italian Restaurant on there?
It is. It definitely is.
Now, I love that song, but it might be too long.
No. That is like a dad ballad right there. That is
ballad's the right word.
Yeah. That is like the perfect, like Bohemian Rhapsody's on there. Those are probably like the two longest songs on there. But you know, like, if you go to a barbecue, you play that, the white dads.
The amount of like situations I've been in where I get to be on the aux and it's like all like older people and they're like, this kid knows great music. The amount of times I hear that is crazy. 16 hours on that phone right there, 16 and a half hour playlist, 70s and 80s hits.
You know what happened though? That playlist was not originally called. It was just a playlist I had.
Yeah.
I got past the aux. I was in a car full of comics. I was the only white dude. I put that playlist on and I got roasted. He goes, bro, this is some music white dads will listen to at a barbecue. And I changed the name of the playlist after that. And now it became the criteria to make the playlist. And that playlist is one of my favorite playlists I have. And funny story about this playlist. When I lost my virginity, so when I lost my virginity,
living here in Allentown.
No. It's worse than that. It gets way worse than that. It's the most cliche song you could possibly, like, if you were like writing a comedy movie, and you had like the nerdy, like, used to be fat kid finally fucking. I think we're alone now. I lose my virginity. I go back to this girl's place. I want
to guess. Can I guess?
You can take a couple guesses.
All right. I don't want to miss a thing. Aerosmith. All right, I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
The reveal will be better. Don't even guess it. The reveal will be better.
I want to know.
So, anyways, I go back to like these dorms with like a large group of people, like boys and girls, co-ed, you know, just a large group of people. We're all chilling, you know. We go back to her dorm, and we're all chilling. We're passing around a joint, you know. We're having a good time.
Right.
Someone goes, "Hey Jesse, hop on the aux." I'm like, "All right, bet." I was like, "You guys want anything in specific?" And they're like, "No, whatever." So I put on the music white dads listen to at barbecue. I throw it on. Some bangers start coming on. We got like just a couple like a little bit of Elton John there, a little bit of Queen. We're just vibing. We're high. It's a vibe, you know.
Yeah.
And slowly people start funneling out.
Closing time plays. They leave.
Yeah, no, that is a great song, and it's definitely on the playlist. But no, so everyone is starting to funnel out, and then it comes down, and it's just like me and her left, and she like we start kind of making the moves. We're doing like the little
working on your night moves.
Yeah, we're doing
dropping countless song references.
Countless song references of like what is on the playlist. But we're like doing like the fucking that pre-hookup, like, hey, like
it's the dance. It's like it's like when they show National Geographic and it's like a bird, a bird's feathers are out. It's that.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, what about this?
And then so we're making out, and the music's still going on. I'm not even paying attention. Right. In my head, I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to. This is great. I'm about to have sex. This is crazy. So the music is at the very back of my mind, because when you're a virgin, you're like, oh shit, sex is about to happen. This is crazy, you know? Like, you don't think about anything else going on. So we get to the point, and then she goes, hey, I have condoms in my nightstand. I was like, fucking awesome. So I grabbed one of those, because always be safe. Absolutely. I pointed straight to the camera for it, too. I was like, fucking be safe, guys. You don't want a kid. Fucking monsters. But no, so I was like, I grab a condom. I'm like, all right, let's do this thing. And then like as it's like starting up, it's "You Shook Me All Night Long" by AC/DC.
Wow.
But that's already halfway done. It's already halfway done as it started. So I make it to the next song. The next song, I lost my virginity. So I feel like you can't even write this into a funnier song. I lost my virginity to "You Make My Dreams Come True" by Hall & Oates.
Oh man.
I fucking, like, I was holding back laughter as I was having sex. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. Dude. I was like,
she's making your dreams come true.
Yeah. And then I was like, I had it fucking, I had my like fucking pump synced up with the ooh-oohs. I was like, fucking, let's do this thing. With the double pump.
That's great,
It's like, oh my god, it was such a fucking embarrassing, because like, so afterwards, we get done, and then she just throws on like Netflix, and we're watching it, and it's just like, just going back and forth. I was like, so the music didn't really fit, huh? And she goes, no, not at all. I was like, yeah, I didn't know we were gonna hook up. Like that, I would have played something else. And she was like, yeah, okay. I was like, all right.
Never talked to her again.
I never did. Also, it gets weirder because like we were in dorms, so there was bunk beds. I didn't know her roommate was sleeping on the bed above us. Like, that was wild to me, because like we had a full ass hangout smoking, and just her roommate like just gets off the bunk and she goes, I'm glad you guys are done. I was like, oh, what the fuck just happened?
That's weird. That's weird for her to sit there and listen to the whole time.
Yeah, no. This is wild.
Weird. I've never.
But also, what would you do in that situation? Your roommate on the bottom bunk just starts fucking.
The thing.
You can't leave during that.
You can't leave during it, but if you commit to staying there, you either have to like hear.
You have to wait till he leaves.
You have to like hear the little pre-makeout, and you have to like get out of there quickly, because then you can still save that.
Yeah.
If you stay the whole time like she did, she can't go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. She can't leave until like everybody is out. Everybody has to leave that building, not building, the dorm, for her to like leave.
No, but it was wild, because her roommate and then the girl I slept with had a fight.
Oh wow!
About like she's like, oh, you're always bringing people over, and I was like, thank God I wore a condom. I was like, Jesus Christ. But she's like, you're always bringing people over. You have no respect for like my personal space. And then they were yelling. And then she was
they were yelling.
Yeah, they were yelling. And
wait, were you there the whole time? Just
the
like
whole
shirtless, like okay.
Yeah, I was just like, this is weird for you guys. And then her roommate's like, I'm gonna go make ramen. And I was like, that's a weird thing to yell. And then she offered some to me, but not to her roommate. She was like, do you want any ramen? And of course, I was like, yeah, I'll take some ramen. Because I was high. I was like, fuck yeah. And then she goes to make ramen, and like the girl I just had sex with was like, why would you take ramen? You clearly saw me and her were fighting. And I was like, I don't know, ramen sounds good. I was like, ramen sounds great right now. I was like, you're just mad she didn't offer it to you. I was like, I'm having a great night. You just had sex with me. She's making me ramen. This is awesome.
And that's where the whole you had the inception of all right, now I'm gonna be Pete Davidson 2.0. You're like, I'm gonna hook up with all the ladies right then and there.
Yeah.
After Hall & Oates, you're like, now I have to go on a tear.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it went like that.
Is it now affected you psychologically speaking with sex to where you can't finish unless you listen to Hall & Oates?
No. Thank God. I just don't listen to music now when it happens. Yeah. I don't. Because here's the other thing. I know a lot of people listen to music. There's no real, actual good music to have sex to. Mm-hmm. There's not. There's like people are like, oh, you should have sex to this kind of music, and you're like, no.
Right. Like
people are like, oh, R&B. And I'm like, that's way too like. It's way too passionate for the kind of sex I'm having. like R&B,
that's just way too much.
That R&B is for making love. I don't make love. I fuck. Yeah. I'm not built for making love. I fuck. But it's like, yeah, I know, it's the worst. And it's just like, oh boy.
I
I'm
think
like,
you have to be in love first to make it, Jesse.
yeah, well, so no, I've been in love before. I was just in like a semi-long relationship, and like we very much did not listen to R&B for that music, for that, thank God. But I was like, it's weird. I don't know.
It's weird.
It's weird.
You got anything else you would like to chat about before we leave the listener?
I don't know. I put it up on my Instagram on like what we should talk about. And the one suggestion that I got twice, actually, 2 people. I posted the one time, but someone was like, talking about your breakup. I was like, I don't really know what to say about it. I was like, I don't know. We talked about how I dyed my hair after it, but I don't know what to say about it because it's like most breakups. This fucking siren is such a pain in the ass.
I've recorded 3 episodes out here. I live the hospital, Mount Sinai is like right there or whatever. Yeah. Like right over there. This is great for the camera.
This is great, yeah. So,
first take, final cut.
But no, so people were like, hey, you should talk about
here comes the fire engine. Hold on.
The fire engine's passing now. Oh my God.
Hurry up and tell me about this breakup story.
Okay, so this fucking, they were like, tell me about the breakup. And I was like, I don't know what there is to tell. Like, most breakups, when they happen, I try to like, when I get dumped, I try to find out what I can do to be better moving forward.
I have to have that closure moment, that conversation.
Yeah, you know?
And girls don't want to have that conversation.
And like,
I want to have that.
Here's the problem. I've been the dumper twice in my life.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, I am the dumpee.
Okay.
And every time I get dumped, I get hit with the "it's not you, it's me" type of thing.
Right.
And like, I'm seeing a pattern here.
Yeah.
I'm starting to realize, all right, maybe it is me. All right, I keep getting told it's not you, but maybe it is. Maybe it is. And I got hit with like the "it's not you, it's me" type of thing, and like those types of reasons. And it was like, also she dumped me over text message, which is tough. It's always tough. But like moving forward, I always like going into my next relationship. I'm like, I want to prevent how the last one ended for the next one, you know? And like, I'm trying to be better, but like the only way I can be better, like from this personal experience, is just get shittier cell reception. Like, I was like, I don't know if that's an improvement or not. I was like, should I just switch over to like Sprint? Fucking.
That's why I'm AT&T for life, baby.
Yeah,
AT&T for life, baby.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you coming out here, Jesse, man. It's been awesome to have you.
This
you're a great comic. Tell the people where they can find you at, if you got any shows coming up.
Yeah, so every Thursday night, I am at Greenwich Village Comedy Club on their house shows, 9:30. I'll be on every single Thursday night show for them. First week of September, I'll be back in Baltimore, where I'm from, for the Baltimore Comedy Festival. What else? I don't think I have any other like regular occurrence.
And every
stuff,
Thursday night you can find me home alone. That's where you can find me, the listener.
Well, I don't know, when is this coming out?
This will come out this should come out tomorrow on Tuesday.
On Tuesday? Okay, so this personal Thursday is one where I won't be at Greenwich. I'll actually be at a buddy of ours show, Joey Rinaldi's show, Bad Trip Comedy, at the Tiny Cupboard. I'm very excited about this.
Love that.
Because I'm not a big storytelling guy.
You just told a couple great stories.
I know. On stage, though, I'm not a big storyteller.
Yeah.
I'm very, like, laughs per minute, like, that kind of stuff. And when Joey came to me, he goes, hey, I really want you to do a storytelling show. I got a story.
Why didn't he have you do the stand-up spot to open then?
He's had me host recently. I know,
but like, this, you know how you brought up Max?
Yeah.
B Max.
Yeah, so here's the deal with this. He saw me do a story. He had a storytelling mic back in the day, and I told this story about my parents getting a divorce in Disney World.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Fucking wild story. I feel like we don't have enough time to tell that anymore.
We'll
do it on another one.
That sounds
I'll be
great.
back to
and also, it's like, the people, like, now you've teased it, now they have to come see you on Thursday.
Yeah, so he saw that story, and he's like, dude, you're such a good storyteller. I want you to write a story for my show. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. I was like, I can't promise that it'll be like super punched up and like the laughs per minute will be there. And he's like, it's whatever, man. Just bring a story. Like, I want you to do a story on my show. I was like, okay. And I was like, that's where Joey knows me too well. because I told him I was like, it won't be super punched up. Like, it's like, but if I'm going on stage, it has to be super punched up. So the past 2 weeks, I've been working on this like 10 minutes of material.
Oh wow!
And it's been getting super punched up. I have a callback for it. Like, it's been getting very tight. And I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. So I'm very excited for this Thursday show at Tiny Cupboard.
How pumped? Watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. I'll talk about the Pete Davidson story in a little bit more depth, and then I'll also tell the entirety of the dislocating my knee story.
Okay.
And because the theme of the show is drunk stories, and
Yeah.
I was drunk on both of those nights.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so
I'm pumped to see it. You know me. I'm always there, essentially show running it. So I'll be there. And it's great, man. Again, where can they follow you at? I don't know
you
if
can follow
said
me
that.
at I'm Jesse Townsend on both Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of those. My website is jesse-townsend.com, and my merch should be going live very soon, so look for that.
The merch is hot.
It's
Merch
fucking
is hot.
dope, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Again, I'm Franklin Miller. You can follow me at FrankosWorld_. Subscribe to the show. Tell your friends about it. All that stuff. Make sure to follow Jesse. He's a great comic. Really funny dude. And keep taking care of yourselves. I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.